Can you imagine a world without the internet? A question that might seem preposterous at first, but let's take a moment to ponder. What if, one day, the vast, interconnected web, this digital lifeline that we've grown so accustomed to, simply vanished? In the blink of an eye, our world would be thrust into a new reality, a reality reminiscent of a time before the dot-com boom. The immediate effects would be jarring, to say the least. The first casualty of this doomsday scenario, communication, emails would bounce back unread, social media platforms would fall into a deafening silence, instant messaging, video calls, gone. The world, once a global village, would suddenly feel a lot bigger, a lot more isolated. Next, we'd grapple with the loss of our digital compass. GPS systems would falter, leading to chaos on the roads. The days of asking your phone for directions would be over. We'd be back to reading maps, asking for directions, maybe even getting lost a time or two, and let's not forget about entertainment. With streaming platforms going dark, we'd have to bid farewell to our favorite shows and movies, at least for a while. No more online gaming, no more viral videos. The world would be left with a void once filled by the internet's endless amusement. But it's not just about Netflix or Instagram. The internet has woven itself into the very fabric of our society. It's in our schools, our hospitals, our businesses. An internet blackout wouldn't just disrupt our daily routines, it would shake the very foundations of our modern world. So how would we survive, you might ask? Let's dive into a day in the life without the internet. The road ahead might seem daunting, but remember, humanity has thrived for thousands of years without Wi-Fi. So buckle up, folks. It's time to explore the uncharted territories of a world unplugged. Imagine this: you wake up in the morning and there's no internet. Your day starts not with a digital alarm on your smartphone, but with the jarring ring of a traditional alarm clock. You grope in the dark, fumbling to silence the old-school gadget. No quick weather check on your phone, no scrolling through social media updates, no emails to scan. Instead, you're greeted by the physical touch of a newspaper, the ink smudging your fingers as you flip through the pages for your morning dose of news. Your breakfast is devoid of the usual podcast or music streaming in the background. Instead, the radio hums, filling your kitchen with the voices of local radio hosts and the occasional static. You find yourself missing the personalized playlist that usually accompanies your morning coffee. Getting ready for work, there's no GPS to guide you. You dust off an old paper map, squinting at the intricate network of roads, landmarks, and routes. The journey is an adventure filled with wrong turns and unexpected detours. You feel a sense of accomplishment when you finally reach your destination, something that's been missing in the era of digital convenience. At work, communication is a challenge. There's no instant messaging, no video calls. Instead, you're tied to the landline, the cord limiting your movement as you talk. Emails have been replaced by physical mail, the fluttering of paper and the scratch of pen on paper replacing the silent typing on keyboards. Throughout the day, you find yourself reaching for your phone only to remember the lack of internet. No online shopping, no quick Google searches, no streaming videos during your lunch break. Instead, you find joy in the simple things. A good book, a face-to-face conversation, a walk in the park, and that's just the start of the day. You wonder what the rest of the day would look like without the internet, a mix of nostalgia, frustration, and a strange sense of liberation. It's a day filled with challenges, but also a day filled with opportunities to reconnect with the world around you. Moving on to the afternoon without internet. Imagine this: the sun is at its peak and so are you. It's the middle of the day, the time when most of us are deep into our work or studies. But now, without the internet, you're faced with a whole new set of challenges. Remember those times when you could just quickly look up something online if you didn't understand it? Or when you could email a colleague or classmate for some clarification? Well, those simple conveniences are now a thing of the past. You're left with your own knowledge and the resources at your disposal, which may not be enough. You're back to good old books and face-to-face conversations. It's a daunting task, but it's not impossible. And what about the convenience of online shopping? With a few clicks, you could have anything you wanted delivered right to your doorstep. Now, you're back to physically going to stores, browsing through aisles, and waiting in line at the checkout counter. It's not just about the time and effort, it's also about the lack of choice and the inability to compare prices with ease. Then there's online banking, no more instant transfers or quick bill payments. You're back to writing checks, visiting banks, and standing in queues. It's a return to the days when financial transactions took time and patience. But not everything is doom and gloom. Without the distraction of the internet, we see the return of traditional entertainment methods. Board games make a comeback, bringing friends and family together. Physical books regain their charm, offering a tangible and immersive reading experience. There's a certain nostalgia associated with these activities, a reminder of simpler times. However, the afternoon hustle without the internet is undoubtedly more challenging. It's a stark reminder of how much we rely on this digital tool for our daily tasks. As the hours pass, the realization sinks in deeper, and we understand the magnitude of our dependence on the internet. As the day progresses, the internet's absence becomes more prominent. As night falls, what does an evening without internet look like? The question hangs in the air, but not for long. We'll soon find out. Just imagine a world where the setting sun doesn't signal the start of a Netflix binge, but perhaps the opening of a physical book. The rustle of pages replacing the tap-tap-tap of keys. The weight of a hardcover in your hands, the smell of ink on paper. The quiet concentration as you immerse yourself in a different world. One that exists solely in your imagination. There's a certain charm to it. A romance even. It's a dance of words, a journey of the mind, a testament to the power of storytelling that has been the heart of human culture for centuries. Then there's the television, not a smart TV, mind you. We're talking about the good old broadcast television where channels are limited and you have to wait for your favorite show to come on. Remember that feeling of anticipation, the excitement of a new episode, the shared experience of watching it along with millions of others at the same exact time. There's a sense of community in that, a shared experience that's quite different from the solitary consumption of streaming content. And let's not forget about the art of conversation. The internet, with all its countless platforms for communication, has ironically made us less conversive. We've become so used to texting, tweeting, and posting that we've forgotten the joy of a face-to-face conversation. The nuances of tone, the subtle shifts in expression, the warmth of a genuine laugh. An evening without internet might bring back the age-old tradition of family dinners, where everyone talks about their day, shares their thoughts, and enjoys the simple pleasure of each other's company. In this internetless evening, we're not just disconnected from the World Wide Web, but also reconnected with ourselves and the world around us. It's a different world, where the pace is slower, the interactions are real, and the experiences are tangible. It's a different world without the internet, isn't it? Yes indeed, but perhaps it's not as bleak as we might fear. Reflecting on a day without the internet, we are reminded of its importance in our lives. Imagine a world where you're unable to check your emails first thing in the morning, or send that quick text to your friend across the globe. A world where you can't stream your favorite show or learn a new skill online at a moment's notice. The thought is quite daunting, isn't it? The internet, in its ubiquitous presence, has become the lifeblood of our modern society. It's not just about social media or online shopping, it's about the ease with which we can access information, the speed at which we can communicate, and the boundaries we can cross with just a click. In our day-to-day lives, the internet has brought convenience like never before. From banking transactions to grocery shopping, from booking appointments to attending virtual meetings, the internet has made it all possible from the comfort of our homes. But it's not just about convenience. The internet has also fostered efficiency. Remember the days of snail mail? Or when research meant hours in a library? Today we can send an email in seconds and have the world's knowledge at our fingertips. The internet has drastically reduced the time and effort required for many tasks. And let's not forget connectivity. The internet has made the world a smaller place. We can connect with anyone, anywhere, anytime. The internet has allowed us to maintain relationships across distances, share ideas across cultures, and unite voices across continents. But with great power comes great responsibility. The internet is a tool, and like any tool, its impact depends on how we use it. It can foster understanding or spread misinformation, it can build bridges or create divides, it can empower individuals or infringe on privacy. In the end, the internet has indeed changed the way we live. So, could you survive a day without Wi-Fi? As we've seen, a day without the internet is more than just a day without cat videos or memes. It's a day without the convenience, efficiency, and connectivity that we've come to rely on. So could